Yes.
Where is it that she went wrong? Because part of it seems like there's a part of her that's trying to do some good things or do some different good things. And it's almost like if she could have just stayed in, well, two things. If you ask me, you tell me what you think.
Hmm.
If she could stay in budget and also treat people with a little bit more respect, and like it would be likely if had she stayed in budget, she wouldn't have gotten the conflicts to cause disrespect anyway. So if
Absolutely.
she could stay in budget, she might have potentially been a good leader or
If
politician,
she would
right?
have
What do you
stayed
think?
in budget, she would not have lost her board. So that's the main reason why the board separated themselves from her and turned and started voting no against her, is because of the out of pocket spending that she was doing. Tiffany, one thing about Tiffany is when I originally met Tiffany, like I told you the last time, she had a vision. Now one thing Tiffany do have is these visions, right? And she see things, but number one, you don't know how to execute it. Number two, you don't understand what a budget is. That's why I don't think she have a degree in business. And I challenge her to just show me her diploma or her degree, and we can end it all today. But if you don't understand how to stay within a budget, you're going to always overspend. And I know this because
Right.
I've messed up in life. When I got sick, I stopped paying a lot of bills that I was supposed to have been paying. And I just started frivolously spending. I was just buying stuff. When I after I had my surgeries, I found so much stuff that I was buying and just spending my money on that I didn't even realize that I was spending. You understand what I'm saying? Like wigs, I
Mm-hmm.
was just buying
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But I forgot to pay my rent. I forgot to pay my car note. It's like a lot of stuff I let lapse
Mm-hmm.
and fall by the wayside.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm playing catch up to a lot of things in life that I messed up because I'm finally getting myself back
Mm-hmm.
together, getting back acclimated in the world. So it's a lot of stuff that I have to fix and change. And that's what irritates me about her saying, well, if they did the work, pay the people. You can't pay somebody if it's not in the account. How you gonna keep
Mm-hmm.
paying these
Yeah.
people and then you owe other people? So excuse the other people that you owe and just pay these goons that you want to be paid right away. That's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair to the residents and it's not fair to anybody else that's supposed to get paid before that person. But her mentality is just that if they my friends, I'm gonna pay them. If they my friends,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
pay
pay.
them.
And that's what she's been doing, trying to push along her people to make sure that her people get paid. And that's what irritates me about her, is because she'll always say, well, they want to pay their friends, but they don't want to pay the well, in the township, who is their
Right. And
friends?
that's what she does.
Exactly. So who is
Right.
Trustee Gonzalez and Trustee Carlisle friends that they're paying? And how could they, as trustees, they can't put stuff on a warrant list for it to be approved by you, the supervisor. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They can't do that. Their
Yeah.
job is to
They
legislate
can't do it.
and to help the process.
In hindsight, when I don't know what her future holds, but obviously, I think regardless, caucus or no caucus, she wasn't going to get voted in as the
No,
township supervisor, and she's not going to, get voted in as mayor.
no,
Obviously, I think her political career is over. I don't
absolutely.
know if she's going to jail, but if she is going to jail, I mean, maybe that's in her future. But assuming that she didn't even go to jail,
Uh-huh.
I think that in hindsight, people are going to look back on her and say, this is one of the worst politicians ever in Illinois history, maybe in the world. And then on top of that, I'm optimistic, so I say that I don't even know if it's optimistic, but I feel like for her, it's such a sad story because here's somebody who had an opportunity not only to be mayor but to be township supervisor at the same time,
He
and
had an
she could have really
opportunity
showed how
to do something
well
great.
she could have really showed how good of a leader that she could be,
Yep.
and she could have done some great work. on both sides of the game, and then she could have went to, because we remember we talked about this our first interview, and I'd asked you whether she had aspirations to go higher as far as politically,
Right.
and I can understand someone who has an opportunity. You have an opportunity to be mayor and township supervisor at the same time. It's a
Hmm.
perfect platform for you to show your leadership, and then you can go to senator,
Right.
governor, whatever it is you want to go to. These are great stepping stones that you could go to, especially as a woman. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad because it's a missed opportunity for her. And again, number one thing is really sad for the residents. So I'm not taking nothing away from the residents. It's sad what
Get
has
it.
happened to the residents, but just looking at it as someone who, if you want to be a politician, it's not easy to be a politician, as you know. It take a
Mm-mm.
lot of
That's
work
why I wouldn't be
to
one.
get in them seats, and when you finally get there, you can't be messing up like that.
Tiffany had a chance to be great, and she blew it. She had a chance to do something phenomenal. She was first female black, first female black, one of the youngest in Dolton to actually win the election as mayor. So she had an opportunity to really bridge everybody together and start rebuilding everything. You know what I'm saying? Dalton
Yeah.
didn't need that ice rink. Then you spent $1 million on an ice rink and you never open it. You have
Hmm.
ice skates for the ice rink and you never open it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
things like that. If you're gonna at least spend the taxpayers' money, allow them to get use of what you're doing when you spent it. That ice rink should be open right now because it's cold. It's a perfect time to ice skate. But nobody can get out there and ice
Hmm.
skate because she only opens it when she have private parties.
I think what'll end up happening with her if she doesn't go to jail, she'll probably end up just doing some type of podcast or some type of
She should.
something to talk. But I think her I think even her fame, quote unquote, is gonna go away at some point because unfortunately all she's been known for is a shit show. It's been
Hmm.
drama, problems, and I think that it's kind of sad because I don't know what else she's going to be able to do going forward, because
Have you seen her cooking
all
show?
around the world they just know about
She got
what you
a
say.
she got a cooking show called Cooking with Tiff. Now, if you
No, I don't know that.
yeah, she just did a Thanksgiving edition. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep my computer still. She just did a Thanksgiving edition where they did like a jerk
It's
turkey. Now, it's
it's
this
online.
uh-huh, it's online. Now, it's on the township website. If you look on their page, you'll see it.
Okay,
Now, it's this guy online called Cooking
okay.
with Frank. So her and him, like, he talks shit about her all the time. Like, if you ever watch Cooking with Frank videos, this shit is funny as hell. And he'll do like a 20-minute video, but he talks and bashes Tiffany all the time because it's so easy, right? So she took Cooking with Tiff to piss him off. Well, she made Cooking with Tiff to piss him off, and because she using his name and like what he used on his you see what I'm saying? But like her show is so stupid, and like you have these people making these recipes and then you say like, oh, well, everything that we make is in a box, but it's really not. Like she's just so misleading and so untruthful, and it's like because she give out free food boxes, everybody believes her. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like I
Oh
don't
man.
get it. I don't common sense is not so common nowadays. I understand that. I know it. Believe me. I had to teach myself a lot of stuff, but I understand the characteristics and traits of people. And I also know when somebody is sending us off. And she is a big ass send off artist.
Yeah,
And until people
yeah, yeah.
understand that she is not going to make through on no promises. And until people understand that little $33 that she trying to give us, we not in dire need of it. You understand what I'm saying? So until that happens, or until we vote her out, that's like the only option we have now going forward is just to vote her out. I go to the meetings now
Yeah.
just to talk my shit, and because I know that when I sit in her face and when I talk shit, and it's all truthful, that it rattles her cage. You understand what I'm saying? It rattles her cage. And
Hmm.
when she does her mail reports, I'ma always turn my back on her, because you, first off, your mail reports are the same every single time. You haven't done anything new. So what are you showing us? Because you gave out more free food? It's not free. Nothing that you're doing in your mail reports is even productive right now for the citizens. And then nobody shows up to your events anymore. So you have all these events where you spend
Hmm.
like $100,000. You probably have 50 people. You have your employees there. If you ever notice,
Right.
most of her events, now when she do give away the free food, she do have like lines of cars sometimes, because people will just go ahead and get in line. Or I don't think it's most people that live in our township, but she do have people that come out and get the free food. But outside
Okay.
of that, nobody comes to your events like that. Nobody supports you. I heard she did a fundraiser and had to donate money to her own campaign because she didn't have any donors, allegedly. That's not, now
Mm.
I don't know about that part, but that's what I was told. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
But she's an embarrassment for Dolton. She's an embarrassment for the township. I hate that I helped her
Yeah,
with
and
her
and
campaign.
really an embarrassment
I helped her.
for women.
She